have a safety concern that I would like to address. In previous fights, Inoue and his team has wrapped his hands with excessive amount of tape on his skin, then placing gauze and more tape, which creates a cast. This is not an assumption, I have proof. We could also wrap our hands in the same fashion, but then again, where is the level of safety for the fighters? If this issue isn't resolved, I would not let my fighter into the ring.
What up, YouTube? All right, man. So we got Fulton and Inoue. They fight. They got an upcoming fight this Tuesday on the 25th, and Fulton's trainer has came with a complaint. Now, his complaint is the way Naoya Inoue wrapped his hand. He say he used tape, gauze, then more tape. Now, the way he look at it, he said that that's a safety concern for his fighter.
Get the f out of here, man.
That's what he say. He say it's a safety concern for his fighter. And he's also claiming that if that's not addressed, he's not going to let Fulton get in the ring and fight.
Yeah.
And you can see Fulton's face. He's like, you know, I don't know about all that, homie. You know, so listen. So here's the takeaway from this, from that situation. Naoya Inoue, he responded, right? And Naoya Inoue, he said that, of course, he's going to go by the way they do it in Japan. He said the way he do it in Japan, that's how they, well, he didn't necessarily say that that's how they do it. He was just basically saying, I'm going to go by the way they do it in Japan. And he got the right to. I mean, the fight is in Japan. That's the first thing I was talking about when I made a video about this a long time ago. When I said that, you know what, him going to Japan, he's submitting a lot of rights. And this is a big disadvantage that's going to be for him. So I said this a long time ago. And the way that they wrapping their gloves, or the way that they wrap their gloves over there, I mean, I guess he don't like the way they do it, because he's saying that he's seen Inoue do this before, but Inoue ain't really fought nowhere but in Japan. That's where he mostly fought. Now, I think he fought in Nevada one time, but he's mostly fought in Japan. And they always approve the way he wrap his hands. So I'm pretty sure he'd wrap it the same way every time, probably. Right? So that's what he's talking about. Tape, gauze, tape. Where he says, and I'm talking about Fulton's trainer, where he says it creates a cast. Now, in some places, you know, where they call it stacking, you're not able to do that in some places. But in some places you can. They say that Canelo did that, right? But the Nevada State Commission, you know, they approved it. The commission approved it because it's legal. The way he's stacking is legal, right? And I guess it's like a certain way when it will become a cast, but the way he's doing it, or Canelo was doing it, and the way that Inoue is doing it, is probably not becoming a cast, although Fulton's trainer think it is becoming a cast. Now, we ain't talking about the way Margarito did it. You know, with him it was something different, and they still approved it, you know, so you got to look at that too. And sometimes even the commission make mistakes, because they still approved his hand wrap, and we all know that he cheated. But, you know, with him saying that he's not going to let him get in the ring if they don't address the issue, he has to understand one thing. They are in Japan. They are in Japan. You really ain't got much of a say-so. He's going to have to listen. You can either cancel the fight and not let him get in, or make this money and get in there and fight. And wrap your hands the same way he wrap his. If you feel like that's an advantage, then wrap it the same way he wrap his. Because even if he make a complaint, they probably gonna tell him, bro, you're in Japan. Ain't nothing we gonna do about this, because this is our fighter and this is how he's been wrapping his hand. So you gotta deal with it. So now he got a choice to make. Now, Cool Boy Steph got a choice to make. Now, Cool Boy Steph didn't say nothing, but I mean, if he really got a problem with it, I don't think he do. But if he got a problem with it, you know, he got to just suck it up. Just like Inoue said, you know, he got to suck it up. you know, and he got to get out there and fight because that's how he's been repping his hand most likely. Even if you think he creates a cast. Okay, so play him on a level playing field, then you do it. If you think he creates a cast, then you do it as well. And if they say something to you about it, that's when you can be like, okay, well, Inoue did it, and y'all don't say nothing to him about it. Now, like I say, they're in Japan, so it don't even really matter, you know, on how they did it here and how they do it in Nevada and what the commission have approved and all this stuff, because they're going to be in Japan. They came in Japan. They're going to do it. I'm pretty sure they're going to do it the way that they do it. That's probably why they wanted to fight in Japan in the first place. Who knows? Because it ain't like Inoue was the champ. He was the champ in his... He was the champ at 118. He was undisputed at 118. But 122, he ain't the champ. So how did he get to say so or what a fight be? But hey, Stephen Fulton, he the one that agreed to it. And he the one that signed the contract. So ain't no point in complaining now. Might as well just go on out there and get it done. If he create a cast, you create a cast. If they say something about it, then you bring it up. Simple as that.